Hi, today I thought I'd take a look at this Ditko Monsters Gorgo collection. This was one of many collections that came out in 2013, collecting Steve Ditko's books on other stuff other than Marvel in the 1960s. Gorgo, if you know, is creature feature made in England, and it's awesome. This was basically, their version of Godzilla. They also make Konga, which was their version of King Kong. And it's a great movie if you've never seen it. I'm pretty sure it won an Academy Award, actually, for the special effects at the time. Here are other books, and here is Konga, Konga Collection, and the creativity of Ditko and the art of Ditko. But today we're going to focus on Gorgo. And so Charlton Comics put out Gorgo comics. They also put out Konga comics in 1963 and 1964. And Ditko did a lot of the art on those. He did the art, I think there's 23 issues of Gorgo. He did the art on issues 1 to 3, issue 11, and issue 13 to 16. And there's also a mini-series that kicked this off, called The Return of, I think it's The Return of Gorgo, and it turned into The Revenge of Gorgo. He did issues 2 and 3 of that. This collects all of those Ditko issues. So we'll take a look. Here's the inside. And here's a whole bunch of write-up about the movie and its production. And each paragraph is shaped like buildings that Gorgo is about to plow through. If you missed it on the back, that's how they did the barcode. This would be the barcode proper. And then all the rest of it is overgrown a bit, just to look like buildings he's destroying. That's pretty funny. This is a handsome book, put out by Yo Books and IDW. And it's got like a scaling to it, like a scaly sort of texture to it. So here is the director of Gorgo, and here's Gorgo from the movie on the cover of Famous Monsters of Filmland, number 11. Here's the poster. Here's the real Gorgo being carted around. Here's a storyboard. If you don't know, Gorgo is about... they capture destructive lizard. It turns out to be the child of a really much bigger Gorgo mother that comes into London and just destroys everything, trying to get to her son, or her child at least. Here's Joe Gill, who wrote all of the Gorgo comics. And here, of course, is Steve Ditko, one of a few pictures that we have of him. People say that he was reclusive. He was probably just introverted, right? So here's some covers. Here's a Charlton Comics mailer to people, prospective clients who would order the comics for their store. That's a great illustration there. It looks like the poster. Here's the real Gorgo from the movie. And here are some covers. So here's Return of Gorgo 2. Ditko worked on this. That's awesome. He's putting his hand right through this building. Here's Gorgo 3, 4, 11. The capture of Gorgo 13. No. 15 was some sort of Turkish taffy giveaway thing. Gorgo 16. Turn of Gorgo 2. Here's a crossover with Konga and Gorgo. That's awesome. Fantastic Giants. Number 24. So here's the basically the first few issues, or at least the first issue, is basically an adaptation of the movie. Here, I like that they've preserved the original art and haven't like recolored everything. It looks like the original colors and art. It might look washed to you, but it looks fantastic to me. I do like it when they put like a pure color on stuff sometimes, but it does mess up the original art. A lot of this is Ben-Day dots and different sorts of coloring processes of the time, like these lines here. So here's the Gorgo Kid. The Gorgo Kid. So attempt to capture the monster. And then they bring it back. But then there's something bigger coming their way. And here they're reunited. This really truncated the movie. A lot of that stuff was spectacular attacks and things in the movie. Gorgo returns. Dun dun dun. I love the lighting here on Gorgo from the explosion, wrecking these planes and stuff. They're playing in their natural habitat. I don't know what's going on here. You know, you look at this and the energy and the dynamic nature of the action going on. This is incredible stuff from Steve Ditko. You know, other times, like I have some Chuck Norris Karate Commandos comics that he drew, and they're awful. You could tell what he had his heart into and what he didn't. I remember towards the end of his life, you know, of course, people labeled him a recluse, and some kid who I guess got a hold of his dad's Conga and Gorgo comics wrote him. I'm not sure how you would be able to get a hold of him, but here they drop an A-bomb on Gorgo. That's not going to work. Dun dun dun, it's attacking. It's tearing through this building. Some kid wrote him and asked about Gorgo and Conga and all that stuff, and he wrote back this delightful letter, you know, relishing in the kid's excitement over this stuff, and I remember a write-up on the internet saying, "Oh my gosh, like it's so weird and rare for him, like he's some sort of monster that would treat a kid badly." No, he loved fandom. He loved that someone took glee in his work, and he reciprocated and talked and, you know, geeked out about these characters. He wasn't like an ass or anything. I feel like sometimes Ditko's very much misunderstood. You know, being like an introvert myself, not to his degree perhaps. I understand him. I don't really agree with the objectivism stuff, but I guess if it's a philosophy he latched onto, you know, more power to him. Here they're trying to control this Gorgo. It's not working. Look at this dude. You know what's great about these comics is if you love Gorgo, because they never made sequels or anything, these are as good as sequels. There's all sorts of great inventive stuff, and there's a lot of Gorgo, as you can see. Like, it's incredible. It's the same thing with Conga. I don't think they made Conga sequels. But, I mean, you know, if you're so inclined, if you want to see more adventures with these characters, you should track down these Charlton comics or even these collections. Now, this doesn't collect all of the Gorgo comics, but you can find them around digitally. They are fun stuff. Oh, the Soviets are getting involved. Yeah, I love that they did this. I would love to have had a complete collection of Gorgo. I know that Ditko is the main star, and it's fun to see comics that he was doing outside of Marvel in 1963, 1964. Sort of looks like Don Knotts here. It's just the eyes. Here's a family in the jungle. And here's more Gorgo. Here's a jungle people. That's a very 60s trope. And here's another kind of monster. And Gorgo's here to slap him in the face, basically. That's kind of what he's doing here. And beat up these guys. Gorgo, menace from the deep. These weird creatures are coming. And Gorgo has to fight those guys. See, it's very creative, very inventive stuff. You get to see Gorgo fight other guys. Get to see how other characters interact with them. It's great if you're a fan of that movie. You get these Gorgo adventures. It's not like anyone does anything with Gorgo now. It's aliens and stuff. He's got one. Or crush him or something. This is Return of Gorgo 3. So they put the miniseries issues at the end. It's 2 and 3. There's a dolphin. I'm coming to the end. And here's the other comic. Let's just see what I'm missing here. And here's other comics. So this Frankenstein, I read a lot of. I really liked it. Chilling Archives of Horror. Dick Briefer's Frankenstein. Bob Powell's Terror. Zombies. And that's really where the rotted zombie thing really comes from, because they couldn't achieve this on film until years later, of course. Creativity of Ditko, Art of Ditko, Ditko Monsters Conga, Frazetta Funny Stuff. I love these collections. They release every so often. It's pretty cool stuff. So that's the Ditko Gorgo collection. I hope you had fun going through this with me. Till next time, take care.